with the piece. And she did it 2 years ago.
Okay.
And really brought some new insights into it. You know, each director sees a play a little bit differently.
That's right.
But that's the nice thing about a piece of theater, a piece of art, that you have one director, they see it one way, another director, and same way with actors. You know, you change actors, and the play just changes. And we can do it in 3 hours instead of 4 hours. Did we miss something? I hope.
I don't think so, no.
Scenes. Well, you know what's interesting? I would love to, and this is way off the subject, I would love to see somebody take the book roots, the movie roots, whatever, and make that into a theatrical. Because I think now, you know, that's what, 30-something years ago or whatever now?
Easily.
And people,
Easily 30,
I would love to see someone do a treatment of that, because I thought that was very powerful.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right. But you also, seasons-wise, I mean, you have other, how does your season run in terms of, you know, it plays at open stage?
Our season runs from October through June.
Okay.
So we're, of course, in Ma Rainey right now. That plays the whole month of February. We close on the 26th. Then we go to do Anne Frank the end of this month. In March we have a studio school, and we'll have some presentations from the students, the adult students as well as the children. And I think the adults are working on some work from some fairly new work. And I think that they're doing it. We mentioned Mountaintop, and I think that was one of the exercises they're working with in there.
Okay, that's
and then in April we have a play called Talk Radio. Eric Bogosian.
That's a gem.
Is it really?
He did perform. It was first presented at the Public Theater, New York. Then, of course, it had a whole journey as a film, and then he took what he learned from film and how to be a little bit more concise and tell the story. And so he updated the play only in the fact that he used some of what he learned in that film. And, so we will have the saga of Barry Champlain, Chicago radio host, in April. Then in June we have a wonderful new initiative called Stories from Home, and this year then the second title to that is Market to Market, and we're looking at Market Street and the Broad Street Market, and we're taking stories from the area. And we're talking about the burg, both old and new. And this is just being company developed. So that'll be the June.
Let's know more about that. That sounds very intriguing.
It does.
Yeah, and how you're going to get the stories. And that's good stuff.
And maybe that's another day you can have Ann come up
Yeah,
and
talk about
projects. She can
it.
explain how she's going to do
You'll
it.
explain that one.
Oh, that's what I saw the banner for. That's
Yeah.
what I
Right.
remember.
Yeah. When you come in the lobby, you'll see there's a big promotion for that right now. So because it's outside of our regular season.
Are you collecting stories?
We are collecting stories.
That's what I'm interested in.
Okay.
Hey. I got a story to tell. No, anyhow. That's good stuff.
He really does. I mean, he
Yeah.
has some really powerful stuff, and he doesn't share it. And I'm like, this is stuff that people
need
need
to share.
to
People
know.
already know it.
They
Man.
don't.
But anyhow. I wanted to ask
Powerful.
you though, Leonard. You must see scripts and you have to read something and decide whether or not you want to, play that character role. How do you decide whether or not you're going to take this particular script or production or not?
Even at this juncture in my career, I'm very selective about what I do. And for me, it always starts with the script, the character. Is the character multi-dimensional enough? Does the character sort of exude some attitudes and behaviors that are in alignment with who I am as a person? And ultimately, can I really escape into this character? Because for me, I try to be as transformative as possible, so that there are little traces of me in a character. So I prefer when people walk out of a theater or they see me on screen or whatever to say, oh, totally different guy. So that's typically my sort of blueprint, to decide.
You know,
in deciding what scripts I want to do.
you always hear about starving actors and that kind of stuff. People that you know that are in the field, how do they generally make it? Are they doing it full time, or are they kind of working somewhere?
Most people that I know sort of juggle the daytime, jobs or nighttime jobs with an acting career, which is actually normal, and there's no discredit in saying that, because that's typical. I've been pretty fortunate to be able to do it full time, and to. But again, it's, as Don pointed out, it's just a lot of luck and being fortunate and favor, and there's just so many things that I could never give someone a blueprint as to how
How make this happen? Right?
And a true story for me is and I'm admitting this on air, but I was, before becoming a full-time actor, I was a supervisor for the foster grandparent program.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And my boss had seen me in A Raisin in the Sun, and she said, you really should do this full time. And I said, oh, it's not that easy. You just can't wake up and to say, I'm going to be a full-time actor.
Yeah.
But I think that she knew that my morale was dipping, and she knew it. She knew I did great work, but she could see that the calling was pulling me.
Yeah.
And we had this meeting. To make a long story short, we had this meeting one Friday, and we were sort of hashing out some issues at work, and thought things sort of went well. And the Monday I came in, and there was a pink slip on my desk. So I said, what is this about? And I'll never forget it. She said to me, now you can go do what you should be doing.
Oh, wow.
And it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Isn't that amazing?
Greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Absolutely.
And to this day, she's one of my, she'll follow me on Facebook. What are you doing, superstar? And, and what are you in now? And so it was basically like being released from prison, essentially.
That's
Exactly.
and,
I always say one door closes, two doors open.
Yep. I think she literally did it to release me.
Yeah.
Isn't that
You
amazing?
mentioned you're from South Jersey, right? There's a gentleman, I don't know if you ever heard his name before, Tom Wright, actor Tom Wright.
Tom Wright.
Yeah, it's interesting. Went to college with him, and college just wasn't his thing. And he's walking down Philadelphia Street one day, and this guy looks at him and says, "Say the words, I always ride SEPTA."
Yeah.
He said, "I always ride SEPTA." He said, "This is our man." And it was a commercial, and from there he's going on to become a great actor. And he said he was just an unsettled soul. He knew something was going on.
Yeah.
He was acting. And now that's what he does. It's
That's what it is.
amazing. But anyhow, he's from South Jersey, so it just made me think.
And that's just how it happened. It's
Crazy, yeah.
And you also talked about earlier before we came on that in your family you have two daughters.
yes.
And they're 11 and 12.
11 and
if I
12.
remember. 11 years and 12 years old.
Yeah.
And the 12-year-old
Yes.
is a budding actress,
Yes.
vocalist,
Yeah.
playwright.
Yeah. My
All those
11-year-old,
things.
she's a cheerleader and dancer, and
Okay.
they're people ask me, do you want your daughters to go in that direction? And I always say, well, I want them to do what it is they love to do most importantly.
Yes.
Now, certainly, if that's the profession they choose, and I'm hoping that I'm far enough in my career to be able to be of service to them.
Don, we're down to 1 minute very quickly. Phone number for anyone interested in getting to.
Phone number for Open Stage, 232-OPEN.
Okay.
Or you can get tickets online at openstagehbg.com.
Okay, and you're located again where?
We're located on the street level of the Walnut Street parking garage in downtown Harrisburg.
And folks, if you haven't been there, it's well worth your trip. Open Stage does quality work. And Maul Rainey's Black Bottom is a fantastic show starring this wonderful man over here, Leonard Dozier, and directed by our own Don Alsedek. And folks, you got to get down there and support Open Stage of Harrisburg. They do a great work. And we hope that you'll continue to support all the programs and things that are happening here in Harrisburg. Harrisburg is a good place to be. Hey, we have some challenges, but we can overcome those things. Don't forget it when we all wrap up together. I'll see you next time here on Life Esteem.